Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Tonight, we are finishing out Season 4 of the Solo Champions League. We're doing Round 5. That's it. Final one. That's all we get. Gonna hopefully do all three back-to-back here. We'll see how it goes. I kind of wish I did this setup on camera. I went through more than half the deck, half the encounter deck here, just to get this abandoned facility environment out. So we're gonna see how that goes. That's already not the best start, not the one I want to see. So if you're not familiar with what I'm doing here, this is for the Solo Champions League. It's a semi-competitive, mostly just a appreciative community of the Marvel Champions game by Fantasy Flight Games. Each week, we play a different setup that I create from random data I've gathered. Don't worry about that part. Anyway, we all play the same setup. We get graded how well we did based on how much threat is left out at the end, how many minions are out, how much health your hero has, stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. I'll talk about it more a little bit later, but definitely check it out. Hey, Baby Corn, welcome. There's Baby Corn, member of the Solo Champions League right now. So, tonight we're using Tony Stark, Iron Man, and Protection. Now, I am not a fan of Protection. I haven't been since the beginning, but that has been changing quite a bit recently. There's been a lot of cards that have kind of turned me around on it and think it might be more viable for solo play than it once was. And solo play is how I mainly play the game. So that's what I'm looking forward to using tonight, especially some of the tech upgrades that we've acquired for Tony Stark to use. So that is the strategy we're going with, and it should work because my practice games, it went pretty well. It was fun. So I love building up Tony Stark to Iron Man, and we're going to see how it goes tonight. Like I said, I wish I did this on camera because that is just an awful lot of cards to spend just to find an environment. So we do start, this is expert mode, so we start on level 2, stage 2 of Absorbing Man, and we have the super absorbing power side scheme out. I have an entire protection hand, which is not what I want to see right now. So we're going to mulligan some of these pretty hard. I am going to mulligan electrostatic armor because I think I have 3 in the deck anyway, so I'll get another one pretty quick. Alright, so that's 3 cards. I'm hoping for an ally. Specifically, I'm looking for Multiple Man, who didn't come up. Okay, well, we still have one more way we can go about that, and that's Tony Stark's Future Stability. Look at the top 3 cards of our deck, add 1 to our hand, and we're going to add Multiple Man to our hand. I know there's a lot of... These are both great cards also, but Multiple Man has been pretty key to my opening turn on all of my practice games, so I don't really want to abandon that strategy just yet. So, we'll go with... can I afford to get Quinjet out there? And Multiple Man. No, I cannot. I can do only one or the other. So we're definitely doing Multiple Man. So we'll spend Genius, and we'll spend Repulsor Blast. That's 3. And we'll spend 1 energy barrier to get Multiple Man out here. That's going to get the rest of them out. And that's going to make this much cleaner. This first turn, at least. Let's see. You know, I shuffle, and I see a bunch of, like, the same cards next to each other. I like to fix them when I'm going through. So, we've got Multiple Man out. That's good news. We had to spend all of this to make it happen. But what we're going to do is use all 3 of them to take out super absorbing power. They're all going to have 1 damage on them, but that side scheme is gone. And that's what I was talking about. That was the #1 strategy that worked for me, was counting on Multiple Man to come out in that first turn or so. Then I'm torn between Stark Tower and Energy Barrier. I could use Stark Tower just to get Energy Barrier back next turn. I think that's what we're going to do. Because I'm not going to Iron Man this turn. I am not going to Iron Man this turn. So we're going to use that to get something back next turn. Okay. I think that's all we can really do for our turn. We'll draw up to our 6 cards, and hopefully we don't scheme out here. Alright. 1 threat's going on the main scheme, as well as a token for the... What's it called again? The delay tokens or something like that. Yes, 1 delay counter. Okay, again, not a very tech heavy. Well, I guess it is actually. I've got 2 electrostatic armors here. energy barrier, and rocket boots. We might be able to get all of those out. 1, 2. I can't get everything out, but we can get a few things. If we use this to get something back, we'll be able to afford all of them. Yeah, delay counter. Yes, thank you. Like this delay in my video. Anyway, Absorber Man's going to Scheme, so that's 2 plus this boost card, which is just a new environment, which I knew was going to come out anyway, considering how many cards I had to go through just to get to the first one. So it is going to be 2 threat on the main scheme. And now he has an encounter card. It's another environment. Okay. And it has Surge, so that's going to be another card after that. Oh, the villain schemes. I really don't want to lose this way. All right, it's going to be 2 scheme. Okay. 2 scheme. 3. 3 total. Okay, we have to do a lot of work on that this turn if possible. Okay, we're going to start our turn with the Futurist ability. You know what? Maybe not. You know what? Yes, we are. Yes. Look at 3 cards, add 1 of them to my hand. I'm really tempted to take armor and then use Stark Tower to get Mark 5 armor back. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to take energy and then use Stark Tower to get that Mark 5 back. Okay. We're going to spend an electrostatic armor to get an electrostatic armor. We're going to spend energy here to get rocket boots. No, we'll do energy barrier. That's going to get 3 counters on it. And we'll spend the other 3 here to get the Mark 5 armor, getting us 6 HP, up to 15 now. All right, that's a pretty good start. We've got 1, 2, 3 tech upgrades. It's not, you know, the best thing in the world, but it's a good start. I'm tempted. Do I want to switch over this turn? I'm only going to get 4 cards next turn. But I've got a pretty good base to build on now, and we can start defending ourselves and chipping away at his HP of these. I think I have to. I can't take another scheme. So we're going to switch over. We're going to thwart for 2 here. Bringing this down. What is he at? 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll spend a multiple man here to get rid of another one. Do I want to go further? You know what? Yeah, we'll spend another multiple man to take it down again. So now we're at 4 of 12, which is a bit more manageable, at least from my perspective. All right, let's ready everything up. And get ourselves our hand size, which is the tech upgrades plus 1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. All right, we've got Arc Reactor, which I really like. Nova, I really just keep because of the energy. So it looks like it's going to be an Arc Reactor hand just to get ourselves an extra card next turn. Really about building out Iron Man now. We'll worry about taking down his HP later. As he attacks, he'll hurt himself enough times. So that's going to be 1 threat on the main scheme. And he's going to attack. We're going to defend. We have 1 defense. So that's 2. 3, 4. 4 damage. All right, we block 1, so that's 3 damage. We can use one of these, bring it down to 2 damage and doing 1 to him. And this also does an additional damage to him as long as we defend. So we take 2 damage. Not bad. Not bad. We can live with that. He also took 2 damage, so that's okay. And then our encounter card. Ooh. So he's got the ice trait. Exhaust your identity. Well, he's already exhausted, so you know what? That's not so bad. I'll take that. I will take that. Do I want Nova? I could afford Nova. He can do 2 attack, which is nice. And he's got that special attack where you get targeted, you can spend cards. But the Arc Reactor here is going to be more helpful in getting us, upright. And also having more tech upgrades on the table. So that's going to be... We'll spend these 2 to keep the power of protection for next turn. Alright. Exhaust that to ready up Iron Man. And I think we'll just do 2 thwart real quick, just to keep that manageable. I think that's all this turn's going to do for us. That is another tech upgrade on the table. Alright, so now we get a hand size of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, Mark 5 helmet, and Pepper Potts is meh. I could get Luke Cage out. Not really much of a use there, but, I mean, doing an easy 2 damage each turn is nice. I can afford it, is basically what I'm saying, because I can afford to get Luke Cage out there. We'll see how that goes. Okay, we have to do our token and our threat. Absorbing Man is going to attack. We're going to defend. We got a defensive 1 again. So it's 2 plus this boost card. 3, 4. Goodbye, Shadow of the Past. So that's 4. Minus our 1 defense is 3. Minus this 1 is 2. We're doing additional damage to him. Because we defended, we got that one doing another damage to him. So that's 2 damage to us total. Right? 2. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 defense here and that one. Yep. Okay. Yep. 2 damage. And now our encounter card. Hydro Bomber. I don't think I saw a single minion during any of my practice rounds. That's kind of funny. When revealed, choose either to take 2 damage or place 1 threat on the main scheme. We're going to take that 2 damage. I can afford it at this point. I'd rather not have that scheme get out of control. All right, we're going to use this to get Iron Man back up. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and get Luke Cage out here. Not really important. I could just afford it at the time, so why not? And then we'll spend Pepper Potts to get Mark 5 helmet out here. Using that to take 1 threat off the scheme. What should we do? I think we'll have Multiple Man attack Hydro Bomber. And I think we'll have Iron Man thwart. I'm going to have to get a new tech upgrade soon because energy barrier is almost out. All right. Our new hand size is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost to our max there. What do we got here? Iron Fist. That's the ally I really want. Let's be honest. Okay. So what we'll do here, 1 threat in the main scheme plus that delay counter. We're already up to 4. In fact, that reminds me, I don't actually have my turn counter out here, don't I? Luckily, we've got those delay counters on anyway. I don't have to go back and watch the video this time, as I've done in the past. Alright, let's get our... We're on turn 4. We're going into turn 4, I should say. So turn 3 that was. Okay, so we did that. Now he's going to attack. We're going to have Luke Cage defend this one just to use up that toughness token. So he's going to defend for 2 plus this boost. 5. Goodbye to that toughness. Then we'll have Hydro Bomber attack, which we will not defend against. And instead... Oh, I have to defend, don't I? I could use Energy Barrier and just take him out. That's what we'll do. So he attacks. It goes for 1 damage, but Energy Barrier is used. And he is defeated. Okay, that's that. We still have an encounter card before going on to turn 4. Or no, that was turn 4. We're going on to turn 5. He has the ice ability, so exhaust your identity. That's too bad. We managed to not exhaust him, but we had to go back that way anyway. All right. We've got not much going on here, honestly. Iron Fist would be the most helpful, I think. Repulsor Blast is nice, but he's not, well, at 11 HP, that might be a good time to use it. Let's see what we can do. We'll use Arc Reactor to ready up. We'll use Mark 5 helmet to do 1 thwart up here. Luke Cage. Should we just attack with him, or should we do Repulsor Blast? We're going to do Repulsor Blast. We're going to try it. So, that does 1 damage to an enemy, and then discard the top 5 cards of your deck. That's going to have to shuffle, giving us an encounter card. Deal 1 damage to the enemy, and discard the top 5 cards of your deck for each printed energy resource. Discarded this way, deal an additional 2 damage. I have an energy-heavy deck, so this should be pretty powerful. Let's see how it goes. So it's going to be 1 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, no. Just 3 damage, and I lost a bunch of stuff, including Multiple Man. That did not go my way. Alright, 3 damage. I had a 9 damage one earlier, and that felt just so good. Just so good. I think the next logical move is just to get Iron Fist out there. He gets his 2 Mystic counters on him. So many counters going around now. And then let's just start chipping away at that HP. We will use Luke Cage to do 2 damage to Absorbing Man, bringing him down to 6. Then we'll use Iron Fist, do another 2 damage to him, bringing him down to 4. And then, if we spend that counter, stun and deal an additional damage to him. Perfect. Perfect. He should be going down to side 3 very shortly. Sorry, yeah, stage 3 very quickly. Iron Man here. I am tempted to go to the other side so we can use his ability, because we're not going to have a very large hand. I think I will. I'm going to flip over, and I'm going to recover 3, getting me up to 12. I hope I don't regret this. I really hope I don't regret this. I have in the past, is why I think that. Oh, that's 2 encounter cards. I forgot about this extra encounter card. Maybe I don't want to do that, because I haven't seen anything yet. I don't think it's cheating if I change my mind now. I'm going to do it. I'm going to stay this way and get my 6-card hand. I really want that 6-card hand. Then use Stark Tower. In fact, actually, we could have used Stark Tower before the turn ended. That's okay. We'll use it next turn. All right. There's an energy barrier. That's what we want. 2 energy barriers. We might be able to get both out this turn and be in a pretty good place. All right. So that's going to be 1 counter. So I'll put 3 out there and take 2 off. He's going to Scheme. That's going to be 2 plus this boost card. All right, I'm glad you'd go Alter Ego. I'll take your advice on that, trust me, because I am nervous right now. I do not like this situation here. All right, so we got 2 plus this boost card. 3, 4. Okay. And now we're going to do 2 encounter cards before going on to turn 6. When revealed, place 1 threat in the main scheme for every 2 delay counters on the scheme. If no threat was placed this way, there is 3, 4, 5. So that'll be 2 more threat. Put 3 out there and take 1 off. So we're at 6, 7, 8 of 12. Oh, it's just a new environment. Oh, and it comes with Surge, though, so that's not the end of that. You are confused. If you're already confused, this card gains Surge. That is fine. I will take Confused at this point. Okay. I was going to heal again this turn, recover again, but instead I'm going to not. I'm going to use my Futurist ability. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, Multiple Man. I think the other one's in my discard pile, though. Yeah. I think what I'm going to take is Powered Gauntlet. No, we'll take Genius. Discard these 2. Use Stark Tower to get that Powered Gauntlet back into my hand. Alright, now we switch over to Iron Man. We're going to use Mark V Helmet just to get rid of this confusion. Okay. Should I just go full Nick Fury? It's tempting. Let's do it. Let's do Nick Fury. We can afford it. 2, 4. Have Nick Fury come out. But he's stunned, so maybe it's not the best time to do that. Nah, we're gonna have Nick Fury come out. We've got 6, 7, 8 damage. Should I do the draw 3 cards? It's only 2 threat from a scheme if I do it that way. So instead, what I'll do is I'll do the 3 cards. I'll draw 3 cards. I want a big hand here, something I can really work with. Okay. Then we're going to attack with Luke Cage, bringing him down to 1 HP. What's next? We're going to thwart with Nick Fury. I'm tempted to attack. I've got a bunch going on. I could easily attack. Oh, here we go. Okay, I'll spend War Machine and yeah, I'll spend Quinn Carrier to get Powered Gauntlets out. Exhaust that to do that last damage, bringing him down to 0. Okay, that is the first stage down. What's our second one do when revealed? Nothing when revealed, but he does have special things when he activates. Okay. So far, so good. I think I really want this energy barrier out here. It's going to help me a lot. So we'll spend 2 cards here to get 1 energy barrier out. Has to have 3 counters on it. So far, so good. Honestly, it's been very clean. I know I'm not the fastest player at this game. I know other people are doing this in like 6 or 7 turns, but I'm getting there. And this game, this protection deck has been doing wonders for me. I had a lot of fun building it, so loving how it's going so far. And I think with this 16 HP, we're going to go ahead and do a Repulsor Blast before we do anything else. Discarding the top 5 cards of this deck. It's going to be 1 HP plus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. That is what we want to see. Bringing him down to 5 HP. All right, no, I'm sorry. Not from 16 down to 7 HP. That is what I want to see. Okay. We're going to thwart with Iron Man, bringing this down. And then we're going to ready him up. And we're going to thwart again, bringing that way down. Right? Yeah, that's it. That is that. Oh, I could still... I haven't attacked with Iron Man, or Iron Fist. I don't want to. I'm going to save Iron Fist for when he's no longer stunned, so we can just do it again after that. Thank you, thank you. Alright. So far, so good. I really like this protection deck. I haven't liked a deck this much in a while, and it's strange as protection since it's so foreign to me and how I usually play the game. Alright, so we do have a hand size issue now, right? Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are at our max, which is exactly my hand here, so we don't have to get an extra encounter card. We should be ending this turn, I'm pretty sure. I see no reason why it shouldn't go longer than this turn. Okay. 1 threat. 1 delay counter. He goes to attack, but he's stunned. So that's that. And then we have an encounter card before going on to turn 7. The villain attacks you. We're going to defend with Nick Fury, or should we just take it and use electrostatic armor and energy barrier? You know, we paid for Nick Fury. Let's just use him. I've got enough other ways to take his HP down. We're going to defend with Nick Fury. So that is an attack of 3 plus this boost card, which is 0. Ends Nick Fury. I don't know if you saw that just now. I just noticed this is the last encounter card. That's how many cards I went through to get to the environment. Yikes. Alright, and I think it's time we really just wrap this up. This isn't going to go much longer. We're going to use Iron Fist here to do his 2 damage, bringing him down to 5. And we use this counter to do a 3rd damage, and we'll stun him again. Use this, or do I want to get... Yeah, we can do that. I could get that extra damage in. Sorry, I'm just looking at my hand here. I've got those rocket boots I can get out. I'm going to spend first this energy to do momentum shift. Heal 2 damage and then deal 2 damage to the enemy. So bringing us up to 14. Bringing him down to 2. We could end this with Luke Cage at any time. So now it's just a question of how clean do we want this board. We'll use Iron Man real quick. And then we'll ready him up. This is what I love about Iron Man. We'll use Mark 5 helmet, clearing off the side scheme. That feels good. This does not happen to me. If you've watched any of my videos, this is not how a game ends. We'll spend Preemptive Strike to get Rocket Boots out. And you know what? We're going to end this all with a Haymaker. Why not? 3 damage, ending Absorbing Man there. And that is the end of our first attempt. I had a lot of fun building this deck. I had a lot of fun playing, and I'm looking forward to the next 2 attempts. I'll be right back. I'm just going to enter these results, shuffle up, and we'll go for attempt 2. Thanks for watching. Welcome back. As I was just catching up with Baby Corn in the chat there, yeah, I did mess up a little bit last turn. I'm not going to redo the game or anything because it certainly didn't help me. If anything, it put me in more danger. But I was supposed to shuffle my discard pile after getting an environment in play for the beginning of the game. Oh, okay. Much faster this time. I swear I didn't set that up. I shuffled it and shuffled it and shuffled it. That's funny. Anyway, yeah, that's going to certainly help. So thank you for pointing that out. That definitely helped a lot. Would have helped a lot of my practice games too, because there was a few times where something like that happened. But anyway, if you're just joining me, this is for the Solo Champions League. It's a semi-competitive version of Marvel Champions where we play the same setup as everyone else, and we rank ourselves based on how well we did, using different metrics like how much threat is on the schemes, how much health the villains and their minions have, how much HP your heroes and their allies have. Stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. Check it out. I enjoy running it. I enjoy playing in it. You might too. The playing it part. I get to run it. That's my job. Anyway, so we're going to go at our second attempt here because we do get 3 attempts. And I'm going to stick to my strategy of trying to get multiple man on that first turn. It's pretty necessary for me to get rid of super absorbing power fast so that we can not worry about it any longer than that first phase. Because I really don't want to go over to Iron Man from Tony Stark until at least the second or third turn. At least that's my personal preference on this. I really want to stick to that. So let's get our first hand ready. Did I count too many? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We got our multiple man, so that's good news. We got some rocket boots and Mark V helmet. I don't want to get rid of this deck. I mean, I'd get rid of Preemptive Strike because I don't use it that often, but that's the only card, and I don't want to risk drawing a multiple man. So what I'm going to do is stop there. No mulligan this game. No mulligan at all. So Strength, Preemptive Strike, and which one do we want to spend? I'm going to spend Rocket Boots because we can get it back later possibly. Mark V helmet does a lot more legwork for me usually. So multiple man it is. Getting him out, and all. Oh, there's one on the bottom. That's helpful. And where's the other one? Let's see how far down he was. See if I could have risked that mulligan or not. No, he's pretty deep in. We would have been okay. What was that next card? Nick Fury would have gotten. Oh well. That would have been tempting. Alright, so we're going to start exactly like I said we would. We're going to get rid of super absorbing power and do 1 damage to each of our multiple mans. Multiple men? Multiple mans, I'm pretty sure. Now I have to choose. Well, Mark V helmet or electrostatic armor. They're both tech upgrades, so I can't go wrong there. I think electrostatic armor is going to be the way to go. It's basically going to turn the other electrostatic armors in my deck into resources I can use. Well, Mark V helmet, oh, I really like that one. That does do a lot of heavy lifting for me. It's hard for me to choose right now. I think electrostatic armor. I think that's the way I'm going to... No, I'm going to go back and forth. I think because I have 2 more electrostatic armors in this deck, but that's my only copy of Mark V helmet. Futurist! That is going to turn things around indeed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's going to be able to allow me to play... Well, it's going to make my choice, I guess. Might have something even more tempting. Okay, Energy Barrier is the only one of these I would really take this early in the game, so I guess I'll take it. And I could say goodbye to both of these and get Energy Barrier out. I think what I'll do is spend Electrostatic Armor to get Mark V helmet out, because like I said, I've got 3 copies of that Electrostatic Armor in there, so they're bound to come up again soon. And I'll keep this Energy Barrier for next turn. Thank you for the reminder on that Futurist. I didn't want to use it earlier because I didn't want to risk getting a multiple man. So, good, good, good. Good, just checking everything out. I think we're all okay to draw up to our hand of 6. I'll get 5 more cards. Alright, next turn we're looking at Nick Fury, Arc Reactor. Wow, lots of tech upgrades. In fact, it's all tech upgrades, Nick Fury, and Repulsor Blast. So that's a pretty good setup. It's a pretty sweet gig. All right. So that's taken care of, and now he's going to scheme. And with that scheme, it's going to be 2 plus the boost card 3 total. Not so bad, all things considered. And then before going on to turn 2, we've got ourselves an encounter. Discard 1 card at random from your hand. If Absorbing Man has the wood trait, discard 1 card you control. He does not have the wood trait, so that's good. I would just say goodbye to a multiple man. Repulsor Blast we lost. I didn't plan on using Repulsor Blast, but that's not how I want to see it go. Not how I want to see it go at all. We'll start our turn with Futurist. Doesn't exhaust him. 1, 2, 3 cards. What do we got? Genius, another Repulsor Blast, or Pepper Potts. We're going to take Genius, I think. We're going to... Oh, I could get Nick Fury out there. Really mess some things up that way. If I do that, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. I get a bunch of cards there, but I would lose those 2 tech upgrades. I'm going to do it. I'm taking the Nick Fury risk. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's coming out. We're going to draw 3 cards. All right, we got Quinn Carrier. We got a bunch of cards I'm probably not going to use. I'd like to use Quinn Carrier, but it's more important that I get the tech upgrades out there. Okay. Nick Fury will thwart. Tony Stark. We already did Futurist. We're going to get Arc Reactor out here. We're going to switch over. Thwart for 2. Ready up. Just thwart for 2. Really clear that out. A bunch of multiple mans. Oh, wait, I can't have Nick Fury because I had multiple man out there. I can't. Isn't there like an ally limit or something? Yep. Yep, I just saw your text there at the same time. Okay. We got to go. Ah, shoot. I can't really go back. Because I drew a bunch of stuff. How do I fix this? I don't know if I can fix it or if I have to start over. We might have to just start over, which sucks because this was a pretty good start. What did I draw? I think I have to start over. I think it's the only fair way to deal with it. Because I really broke that rule pretty hard. Yes, you're right. I can do that. Yep. It would basically negate what I did a little bit. It wouldn't. It would just change the order of things, but that's okay. Good call. Yeah, you're right. You're all very right. I'm glad you thought of that because I was about to just start over. Okay. So there's that. Can't use these guys right now. I'm tempted to just pitch Quinn Carrier because I haven't really been using it. I'm only get a hand size of 3 on this next turn. I think I'm gonna get rid of both of them. No, I should keep powered gauntlets in case I don't get anything else. Okay. Yeah, I have to get rid of that. Draw our 2 cards for the end of the turn here. Don't have enough tech upgrades. I really pushed it with those allies, and that might have been a big mistake. We'll see. 1 threat. Icon there. He's going to attack. We're going to just defend of Nick Fury. So that's an attack of 2. There are 5 or more delay counters, blah, 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 blah. Nope. And then we'll do our encounter card here before going on to turn 3. This is not how any of my practice games went at all. I always had more tech upgrades before switching over. Oh, execution. Exhaustion, I mean. Exhaust your identity card, and it gains Surge. Take 3 indirect damage. 4 indirect damage if Absorber Man has the metal trait. So 3 damage. I think we'll just take all of that ourselves. I'll give one of the multiple mans. And I'll take 2 on myself. Going down to 7. Alright, this was a pretty ugly start. This isn't how my practice games went. Definitely not how my last game went, you saw. Okay, how do we want to do this? we'll start with Iron Man's helmet here, using that to get rid of this. Then we'll ready up, and we are going to switch over. Go ahead and look at our top 3 cards for Futurist. Oh, these are not any more helpful. Could get Luke Cage out there, but like allies are not what I'm looking for at this point. We'll grab them, but I'm probably just going to spend them on a resource. And then we'll go ahead and recover for 3, getting up to 10 HP. Oh, wait, no, I can only go to 9. That's my max right now. Might as well do it anyway while we're here. And I think I'll go ahead. Actually, instead of doing that, I'll go back down to 7. Oh, wait, it doesn't change anything. Never mind. Sorry. I'm lost. All right, 1, 2, 3 to get Mark 5 armor out here, getting us up to 6 HP, up to 15. All right, now we're a little better set up, but still not much because he's going to scheme pretty hard now, and we don't have much we can do about it. We're just going to have to watch it happen. We're getting pretty low on our deck here, so we're getting an extra encounter card soon, too, with only 1 damage dealt so far. Not great. All right, ready everything up. We will get our 6-card hand. And get our electrostatic armor out this turn and energy barrier. Ooh, Iron Fist 2. I'm really getting tempted by those allies. I need to build up Iron Man himself, or those allies are going to be useless. All right. 1, 1, and then he's going to scheme for 2 plus the boost card. 3. He doesn't have the Stoner Wood trait, so that is nothing. 3, and then before turn 4, we have an encounter card. You are confused. That's fine. I'll take it. I'll be confused. I feel confused anyway. So it's just natural. It's a form of roleplay now. So we're going to use Tony Stark and his futurist ability. Ooh, power of protection, energy barrier. Nova I'm not as into. Like I said, I use them mostly for the energy resource there. I think we'll take power of protection so we can get Iron Fist out here, or maybe just energy barrier for basically free. All right, we're going to do exactly what I just said, which was get energy barrier out here. We'll spend get behind me to get electrostatic armor out here. Now we're getting right back into position I need to be in. And I'm going to spend the other 2 to get Powered Gauntlet out here. Now we've got lots of tech upgrades. So that when I switch over now, we'll use Mark 5 Helmet to get rid of the confusion. We will thwart of Iron Man. I'm just going to do this back to back so you see it. I get thwart for 2, ready up, thwart for 2, getting rid of all 4. Then we'll go ahead and use Powered Gauntlets here to deal 1 damage, bringing them down to 13. Not a lot of damage, but, you know, we've got it available to us. We're going to use it. I feel much more comfortable now. The threat is gone. My tech upgrades are out here. My deck is low. We'll get an extra encounter card soon, but he's going to start chipping away at health with this electrostatic armor and energy barrier. 2 very good cards. I feel good. I feel good about where we are now. All right, so we get a hand size of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the full 7. That's good to see. We've got 4 here. So we're going to do 2 encounters this turn. But like I said, we are in a state where we can defend of Iron Man the first time and defend a multiple man the second time. So we're not going to be dealing with undefended attacks. And yeah, we should be okay. We should be really okay. Oh yeah, and we get our full 7 hand size, so that's not a loss at all. Okay. Energy barrier, I'd like to get another one out there. That's really going to help. Stark Tower, maybe. Rocket boots, sure. At this point, any extra, what's the word I'm looking for? Extra tech upgrades we get are kind of just backups in case we start losing them to encounter cards. But they also have their own special abilities as well, obviously. So, let's deal with this villain phase. Then he's going to attack. We're going to defend with Iron Man. He's got a defense of 1. That's an attack of 2. 0 there. So because of our defense, that's 1. Because of this, after you defend against an attack, deal 1 damage to the attacker. Perfect. And when you would take any damage, do this. So we'll actually take 0 damage, and he'll take 2. So I'm okay with that. It's a pretty good turn. Then we'll let multiple man defend against this attack if there ends up being another attack. But before turn 5, we have 2 encounter cards. They are. Master Plan is not what I wanted to see. It's never what I want to see. Place 4 threat on each side scheme. If there are no side schemes in play, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a side scheme is discarded. Reveal that side scheme. Ooh, hopefully the card underneath here isn't a side scheme also, and we just don't go side scheme crazy now. Just crazy. Avalanche. When revealed, each player must choose to either spend a energy resource or take 2 indirect damage. 3 indirect damage instead if there are 5 or more delay counters on the main scheme. We're just going to take that 3 indirect damage because we've got a lot of HP, and we're going to take it all on Iron Man. We're not going to give any to multiple man in case we have an attack coming up. And that's going to have 2 threat on it. We can deal with that very easily. I mean, Iron Man can take that out like that. But that will get rid of the acceleration token, so we should be okay. I'm not too worried about that. Swinging Stone. When revealed in alter ego form, Absorbing Man schemes. If Absorbing Man has the stone trait, which he doesn't, so we can ignore that. So he's going to scheme. So that's 2 plus the boost, 3. All right, so that was a scheme-heavy turn. We knew it was going to be. We knew it was going to be. Let's be honest. How else would it obviously end for me? Okay. We're going to go ahead and use Arc Reactor. Ready up Iron Man. We will use Iron Man really quick just to get rid of Avalanche. Just end that right before it can do anything. Get rid of this acceleration token. We'll go ahead and use Mark 5 Helmet to take this down 1 also. I don't really want to use Pepper Potts. I put her in there. Well, I don't have a choice. She has to be in there. Not an alter ego. What do you mean? Oh, wait. I'm not an alter ego, so Absorbing Man attacks you. So, instead of... Oh, shoot. Shoot. Yes, you're right. I just read the card top to bottom, or from the top, and just did the first thing I saw. So, this would have been here. I was going to defend a multiple man, like I said ahead of time, so he would attack for 2 plus this. Multiple mana takes the attack, and he's gone. It doesn't really change anything other than that, I think. Thank you for calling me out on that. I need that sometimes. I really do. It's one of those things, like, I just can't keep track of everything sometimes. There's just so much. And stuff like that slides right by me. Alright, so we would then again, use this Ready Up Iron Man and end Avalanche. This would have gone with that, sorry. Just remember he would have had that boost card. Go ahead and use Mark 5 Helmet. Did I already do that? I think I already did do that. I don't think I can do that again. I think I already did do that last turn if I forgot to put it back out. So I think I already accounted Mark 5 Helmet and where we are now. We use Power Gauntlets to do 1 damage. Do I have Boots out? I could have Boots out and do 2 damage. So maybe I won't use Power Gauntlets yet. I just want to look at my hand here. So I'd like to get another Energy Barrier out. Stark Tower would be nice, but I don't really plan on going to Alter Ego again. I Kind of plan on just sticking this out till it's over now. So I think it's going to be energy barrier, rocket boots, and then we'll see where we're at after that. So we'll spend these two to get energy barrier out, doubling up on those. Then we'll spend... We're going to spend these two. Yeah, we'll say goodbye to Nick Fury for now. To get rocket boots... You know, I don't have any allies out. That's okay. To get rocket boots out, I could get the aerial trait. That's going to give me 1 HP, by the way. I could get the aerial trait because I have what I need for it. What's that going to give me? Just 2 extra damage. Helmet's not going to do anything this turn. Let's do it. Let's just spend it. Get the 2 damage here. Bringing him down to 9. I don't normally spend that. I usually kind of skip the whole aerial trait thing. But you know what? I think that was a good time to use it just to get my hand ready for something new. We've got a lot here in terms of tech upgrades. A lot. I'm just trying to put the more static ones out here, the more regular used ones up here. There we go. Okay. I think we can go on. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, technically 9, but the max is 7. We are now entering the 5 delay counter range, though, which is where things can get a little tricky. I can get multiple man out again for what that's worth. And we have a get behind me in case we'd rather be attacked, but I only get 1 defense this turn, so we probably won't do that. Momentum shift is nice, and another rocket boots would help too. Repulsor blast, though, is where it's at. If we can get him down to his other side, to his next stage, that repulsor blast would be nice. I don't know if we're looking at 9 damage turn coming up, though. So, 1 and 1. He's going to attack. We're going to defend. 2, plus the boost. Reveal this card. Okay. Attached to Absorbing Man, which is going to give him +1 attack and +1 scheme. But I can get rid of it with a might resource, strength resource. Every game's got their own name for it. So, 2 damage total. Using Iron Man's defense, that's 1. Electrostatic gets him down 1 more. And we'll use this guy to get him down another 1, down to 7, and we'll actually take 0 damage. Then we can... Well, we have to do an encounter card. That's right. Hydra Bomb, back again. We'll take the 2 damage instead of the 1 threat. That's what we're gonna do. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Now I'm more tempted for multiple man now that we have a new minion out. First off, I'm going to do momentum shift, though. We're going to deal that 2 damage to Hydra Bomber and heal ourselves up 2. I know I was thinking multiple man, but getting rid of him in 1 sweep feels better. Yes, I'm pretty sure I did get the extra XP for rocket boots. I'm almost certain of it. Worst case scenario, I can go back and watch the video later, but thanks for calling that out. I'm pretty sure I did. I could spend everything and get multiple man. Repulsor blast is a pretty good chance I could end it at that 7. Let's see what we could do. Well, first off, we'll ready up. We'll use this to get rid of 1 threat. Just looking at my options here. I could use the rocket boots again and get aerial, because I have the genius resource, which would give me 2 extra damage here. It would ruin multiple man for me, but it's not like I was thinking of using him anyway. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. We're going to spend the Get Behind Me to get Aerial so that this does 2 damage, bringing him down to 5. I'm going to spend War Machine here to get Rocket Boots out. That's another gained HP. I could just spend the Repulsor Blast now, but I feel like it's a waste. I'll definitely get to the next stage. I'm almost certain I'll get to the next stage with only 5 HP left. The issue becomes, am I ready for stage 3? I've got a lot out here, so I probably am ready. You know what, let's just take the chance. We're going to spend multiple mana to do Repulsor Blast, discarding 5 cards. So that's 1. Ooh. For each printed might resource or energy resource, discard this way, deal 2 damage. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 damage. He had 5 HP. That's going to end that stage of Absorbing Man. Okay. No when revealed effects, right? Nope, no when revealed. It's been going pretty good. The first game went off very smoothly. It was done by turn 7, I think. We're on turn 6 now of our second attempt. Made a few errors along the way, but people are calling me out, so I appreciate that. Absorbing Man's now stage 3, so that's 16. I think we'll just use Iron Man to thwart. And I think that's where we're going to end the turn. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good setup. Once we defend here, we've got 2 energy barriers plus electrostatic armor. Whatever we draw this turn is going to be really helpful. If I can get another Repulsor Blast, I'll be set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So let's just take a peek at what this next hand's going to be. Preemptive Strike. That might be helpful. We might actually use that this turn. Deal 1 damage to villain for if it's a really big boost card, like if it's a 3 boost card. Preemptive Strike's good to have. I can't use that one, but there is another Repulsor Blast. So we are in a pretty good state to probably end this with another power. Yeah, I'm hoping to end this with this next turn. At least 2 more turns at most. And it really depends on how that Repulsor Blast goes. I did that already, right? No, that's at 5. I was supposed to be at 6, so I did not do that yet. He's going to attack. We're going to defend. That is 3, 4 attack. Ooh. Take an indirect damage. I'll take that. That's fine. I can take indirect damage just all day. So 3, 4, minus my 1 defense is 3. This will do 1 damage to him. We'll block 2 of those damage with these shields. So I'll take 1 more damage, and he'll take 2 more damage, which is really good to see. I'm happy with that scenario. Okay, and then we have an encounter card before turn 7. Shadows of the Past. Who knew? I did not see that coming. All right, you're out here. Oh, and actually, he activated, and he has ice, so that means I have to place 1 threat on the main scheme. Then there's that. All right, looks like we're not ending this as quickly as I thought. We're going to have to take care of Shadow of the Past. Yeah, I think we can take care of Shadow of the Past pretty quickly, so that's the good news. Everything else. It's got Retaliate 1, which isn't great. Imminent Overload, when an additional 1 per player here. Is that it? There's nothing special about it? It just has 4 threat? I mean, that's just 2 Iron Man things. Whatever. Okay. Okay. Let's see how we deal with this. could just use Repulsor Blast on Whiplash and just take that out. Or Luke Cage. Luke Cage could take it because he's got that tough status card. That Retaliate wouldn't really matter. Well, I guess it would still be 1 damage. These do 2 damage if I have Aerial, so if I get the second one out and spend Quinjet, I could take 2 damage taking him down. I think that's going to be the cleanest way to do it. So yeah, I'll spend 1, 2 to get Powered Gauntlets out. We'll spend Quinjet to get Aerial from the boots. And this will both get 2 damage, getting rid of Whiplash and giving me 2 damage to myself. Okay, we'll use this to ready up. Since we have Aerial, we remove 1 threat from a scheme or from each scheme if I have Aerial. So that's that. We have to thwart Iron Man to try and bring this imminent overload down. Is there anything I can do to get that last threat out of the way? Not in my setup here. I could still go for the Repulsor Blast this turn and just see where we are. That might be the smartest way to deal with this. I think it is. Okay, we're going to spend Electrostatic Armor on Repulsor Blast. You're correct. When you beat him, he does not get that Retaliate. You are right. Thank you. That's one of those things I always forget. Retaliate doesn't happen if you defeat him. So I'm going to do Repulsor Blast. So that's 1 plus these 5 cards. So that's 1, 2 for each energy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. 7 damage out of 13 brings him down to 6. And then as soon as he attacks me, he's going to lose a few more. We're in a pretty good state here. We are going to get an extra encounter card, though, because I used most of my deck there. And we're going to have to deal with Imminent Overload, adding extra threat up there. But that's okay. All of that considered, I'm okay with this. Okay, let's shuffle everything up. Draw our new hand. We have to get an encounter card for that. We're doing okay. We're going to win. I'm almost certain we're going to win. I'm almost never certain I'm going to win. So, that's a good start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not even going to bother counting. I think I have the entire armor set out here. So I'm sure I got the full 7. Oh, I have one in my hand, though. Yep. We got 2 copies of multiple man. That's not great. Preemptive Strike. Could use that this turn if things go south. In fact, it might be worth it because with the 1 damage from here, possibly 2 more damage here. But that's not going to be 2 more damage. Depends on how high this attack goes, but we might be able to use that to really whittle down his health. Okay. So, we have 2 threat going on the main scheme because of that acceleration token. Then he's going to attack, which we will defend. This should have been in my deck. So that attack is 3, 4, plus the boost card. And I have Preemptive Strike if that boost card is looking particularly ugly. So, 4. Yes, we're going to use Preemptive Strike. So I'm going to spend... We'll spend Electrostatic Armor here on Preemptive Strike. When a boost card is turned face up... I was defending against that too. Sorry if I didn't say that. And you know I intended to defend. That's the whole point of this setup. This should be up there. Right, no. When a boost card is turned face up while the villain attacks, cancel all boost icons, then deal 1 damage to the villain for each boost icon canceled. So that's going to take him from 6 to 3 HP. So his attack now is instead 4, which I defended against for 3. This does 1 damage to him. And then these 2 will do the other 2 damage to him. So he actually just defeated himself, and I am okay with that. I can't do much about what's going on with the side schemes because I didn't get to end during the hero phase. But I think that does it, unless I missed something. After Absorbing Man makes and blah blah. This is after he activates. So I don't think this would actually take place because he got defeated before the end of his activation. No, actually, I guess he would place one threat in the main scheme since he has the ice stat. I think that would be one. I'm actually going to ask you guys. So he has the ice trait, and it says after Absorbing Man activates against you, if he has the ice, add one threat to the main scheme. Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty good ending. I liked using those electrostatic shields and the energy barriers. That's a really great thing that I wish I realized earlier in my play of this game. This Marvel Champions as a whole, not this round. I built this round around that, so it's fun. I like it. So yes, anyway, I want to ask you guys, if anyone knows for sure, would he still add one threat to the main scheme? So after Absorbing Man activates against you, if he has the ice trait, place one threat in the main scheme. Does that take place after the attack is done? Or does it take place as the attack is initiated? Does that make sense? I'll give you guys a second because of the delay, so you're like 20 seconds behind me. I think my personal opinion is that it's after he activates, which would be after the attack is concluded, but he was defeated during said attack. So that's where I'm kind of wondering. Yeah, that's where I'm leaning as well, as I was just saying. I mean, it's just one threat, but it is, it's a scored thing, obviously. Hmm. You know what? I'm just going to. Yeah, I mean, that's where I'm leaning to. So I'm just going to go. There's two of us on it. If someone else comes up to me and says, hey, you didn't play that right because of rule XYZ in the rule book or whatever. Yeah, it says specifically after Absorbing Man activates against you. Not when, not during, not before. It says after. So I imagine it would take place after, but there was no after because he was defeated before after occurred. If that's too deep of an answer, I don't know. But that's what I've got now. If someone tells me that was not the right thing to do, I will add one more threat to my score. But for now, I'm going to leave it as is. And I think that's pretty fair. Okay. So I'm going to pick this up, enter my scores. Well, I'm glad you think so, because I'll take it. I'll take it at this point. I'm going to enter my scores, pick up, set up for round 3. I'm very happy I have avoided this extra encounter card. Let's just see what it was. It was Omnimorph, which would have been Exhaust My Identity. Not the worst. During one of my practice games, I had this Omnimorph duplication while the super absorbing power was out still. Wouldn't recommend it. Really wouldn't recommend it. Okay, like I said, I'm going to pick up, and I will be right back. All right, we are back for our third and final attempt for Season 4, Round 5, the final round of Season 4 of the Solo Champions League. We're using an Iron Man protection, and I'm really enjoying this deck. It's ironic because if you asked me any time before a month ago or so, I would have said protection is the worst aspect. I don't know why anyone plays it in Solo. Multiplayer, certainly. A lot of fun there. Build a boot, kind of was buffing up your teammates, stuff like that. But in single player Solo, the way I usually play the game was never really something that worked for me. And it's really working tonight. I had a lot of fun building this deck. It's centered around the tech upgrades, so he's got that energy barrier and the electromagnetic armor, electrostatic armor. And with those two things whittling away at absorbing man's health, I was having a great time. And I'm going to continue to have a great time on this third attempt. It's been a while since I've had a 3-for-3 game, a 3-for-3 round. In fact, most rounds I have 33 or 67%, so 1 or 2 victories. So I don't want to jinx myself here, but I'm really hoping to get that third one now. Really enjoying this aspect with Iron Man. Been a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to this. So let's get our next. We need to get a environment out here. Environment, huh? Environment. So if you're just joining us, this is for the Solo Champions League. It's just a semi-competitive way of playing Marvel Champions. Everyone plays the same setup, and you all kind of compare yourself using different measurable stats like how much threat is on the main scheme at the end of the game, how many minions are out, how much HP they have. Oh, there's an environment. Did I miss any other ones while I was talking? No. So anyway, check out the Solo Champions League if you like Marvel Champions, and especially if you play Solo, because it's just another way of approaching the game. I've had a lot of people who think like, oh, I'm kind of over this game. I played it for a bunch. I played it for a bit, and, there's not much more new for it. And then they join the league, and they try different setups they wouldn't have tried before, or they play different villains that they normally kind of avoided, and they approach it in different ways that they normally wouldn't. I mean, that's just the base interest for a lot of people. It's like they're just trying things that they normally wouldn't, and it's a lot of fun. It really is. It brings a lot more joy to the game for a lot of people. So if you're interested, check it out. There's a link below. If you enjoy the leagues, if you enjoy the videos, if you enjoy however you found me, there's a few ways you can support me. Well, it's not support me. It's support the leagues. Let's be honest. I don't really make a profit or anything in any of this stuff. It's all just money spent to make things better around here. So there's the Patreon, and the Patreon gets you all sorts of rewards like special members only videos. It gets you mid-round results in the leagues. It gets you special peeks at upcoming rounds. It gets you special members-only round between seasons. So when we're on our break here between Season 4 and 5, the people that are members of the Patreon will get to play a round that no one else does. It's a lot of fun. We all have a lot of fun playing in that special round, and we all have a lot of fun conversations around the mid-round results and kind of peeking ahead to see how things are going. It's a good time. So if you're interested, there's a link below for that as well. Also, you get thanked in the video. So this week I'm thanking Josaru. Josaru is the newest member of the Patreon. Thank you, Josaru. Josaru is a member of the Solo Champions League. I think they've been around since Season 3 or so. I might be wrong on that, but I'm almost certain it was Season 3. So they seem to be enjoying themselves, and I hope they continue to. Thank you for supporting Josaru, and good luck in your Season 4 Round 5 results. So I think I'm pretty shuffled up here. I think we're good to go. We've got our environment out. We've got our first two main scheme. Sorry, I'm going to slow down. We've got our main scheme and a side scheme out, and we've got Tony Stark ready and raring to go. Let's just see what we get in terms of our opening hand. As I've already said in the first 2 games, multiple man is my target here. We want multiple man, and there he is. In fact, I am not going to waste my time doing a mulligan, because we're just going to get multiple man here. If I do a mulligan, I risk drawing another multiple man, which kind of weakens the hand, if anything. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to get multiple man out here. That was a lot of really good cards at the bottom of my deck. I'm glad we're shuffling after this. That would have been a terrible setup. I know I spent quite a few good cards to make multiple man happen, but I'm telling you, in every one of my practice games, in every one of the games I've played tonight, it was the #1 way I went about getting rid of the super absorbing power, and getting a good grasp on the first couple turns of the game. It was almost the only way. So we're going to do what I did before. Do 1 damage to each multiple man and end super absorbing power. It's the way to go, I'm telling you. It's the way to go. Now we're going to use our Futurist ability to see what we can get for Tony Stark. We might not get anything of use, but we might get something useful. Who knows? 1, 2, 3. I was really hoping to get a double resource that we could use to get Arc Reactor out. That's what I wanted. It's not what I got. I will keep the power of protection, discard these 2, and end my turn there. That's all I can do. We're not going to switch over to Tony Stark yet. Over to Iron Man yet. We just don't have the cards for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're looking at next turn. Powered Gauntlets here. Arc Reactor. Could I do both? Maybe. Nova would be more impressive. Not really useful, though. It'd be more doable because the power protection is more of what I'm going for. So, that's a possibility, but not necessarily a truth. Definitely want to get those tech upgrades out there. So we'll see what the Futurist brings us, I think. Alright. Let's go ahead and take care of that villain phase first, though. He's going to attack. Oh, no, he's going to scheme. I'm sorry. We're an alter ego. So that's 2 plus the boost card. 3, 4. Then, before turn 2, we've got ourselves an encounter card, and it is Avalanche. Each player must choose to either spend a energy resource or take 2 indirect damage. 3 damage if there's 5 counters on there. There's not. We'll take the 2. This has 2 on it. I don't like that because it's kind of forcing me to go over to alter ego form this, or over to hero form this turn, unless I use my multiple mans to get rid of it. We're going to start our turn with Futurist, though. Looking at these, and oh my god, this is awful. This is terrible. I have to sacrifice something here, and I don't want to sacrifice any of it, is the problem. We're going to get Rocket Boots because it's a cheap tech upgrade that we can use to hopefully get Tony Stark up and going. So, we have to try and get as many tech upgrades as possible. We've got 5 costs worth of tech upgrades and only 4 cards. So we're going to have to skip Rocket Boots and get the other 2, I think. So, 1, 2 to get Arc Reactor out, and 1, 2 to get Powered Gauntlets out. Switch over here. Use Iron Man the Thwart, getting rid of Avalanche and its acceleration token. Ready up. And we'll Thwart again, getting 2 HP up here. I'm going to get rid of 1 multiple man, getting rid of another threat there. Should I go for another one? That is pretty high. 4, it's a third of the way through already. I think I have to. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to use them up and get rid of another threat on that scheme. Just don't want to be in a situation where I'm about to get in trouble, you know? Rather have that low. Alright, let's go ahead and get our hand, which is unfortunately only 3 cards. We didn't leave ourselves many options there. We did get electrostatic armor, which we're going to need. We're also going to need those rocket boots if possible. This next turn, our goal is going to be to clear off the main scheme, get over to alter ego form, use the Futurist ability, and try to get both of those tech upgrades out. That's how I'm thinking the next turn goes. Let's see if that actually happens. Oh, use the gauntlet. Nice catch. Thank you. I mean, what's the point of having it there if I don't use it, right? Thank you. I was only thinking, oh, it's going to get me a hand size. I wasn't even considering that, you know, it actually has a function. Who would think about that? You do. Thank you. All right, so we're going to take care of this now. And he's going to attack. I guess we have to defend, really. I don't have my usual... Oh, you know what? We're going to defend with multiple man. Since I don't have electrostatic armor and stuff, we're just going to defend with multiple man. That's 2 plus the boost card. Reveal this card, so he's going to get that extra attack now. Goodbye, Multiple Man. And then we have a boost card before turn 3. I'm sorry, an encounter card. Really, another side scheme? Place an additional 1 per player here. Threat, and that is going to be 3 threat. I'm really getting heavy on these side schemes. I don't think I had really any of the last couple games. And that's going to add an acceleration token. Okay. My plan was to try and clear off the... Maybe I should still try and clear off the main scheme. We'll start with Power Gauntlets, because why not, right? Deal 1 damage. We're going to thwart, at least getting Bomb Scare down once. Use this to ready up. And we're going to thwart again, bringing 2 off the main scheme. Then we're going to switch over here, use the Futurist. Oh my god, really? This has been a really terrible draw. The Futurist has failed me almost every time, while my hand draws between turns have been worse. So basically, I really want all 3 Futurist cards, but instead I end up in situations where they're basically useless. I'll take this one, but I'm not going to be able to use it. We're spending both of these to get both of these out. So now we've got a few more tech upgrades at our disposal. Hide behind our tech upgrades here. Okay. That's all I can do. We're going to at least get our 6 cards. But man, we are moving through this deck at a pace I do not like. Wait, how are we at 4 HP? Was I really attacked that hard earlier and I don't remember? He didn't attack me. Oh, 3 indirect damage. He did attack me earlier. I think. I don't know. Anyway, I don't remember getting to 4 HP, but it's very possible I did and just forgot. Let's be honest. I'm looking at a lot of protection cards. What is going on? This deck is just not going my way today. Tonight, this third round. We're going to want to use Momentum Shifter. We're that low on HP. Yeah, I thought I haven't been attacked yet. That's what I thought. So I should be at the full 9. I don't know why I was so low. Iron Fist would be nice. Just keep him stunned while I build up Iron Man here. That might be the way to go. Oh man, now you don't think. I don't think I was attacked because there's super absorbing power. We had Avalanche, because then Steel Kick here was the boost card, and then Avalanche was the encounter card. And Bomb Scare was the other encounter card. So there was no attack that we didn't defend, because we defended with Multiple Man. So we shouldn't have any damage to us, because there was no attack against me. I'll go back and watch the video later to be sure, but at this point, I really don't remember being attacked. I don't think it happened. So we took care of that. He's going to attack now for 2, 3. Oh, he's not. He's going to scheme now. What am I talking about? Yeah, he's scheming now. And that scheme is 2, 3, plus the boost card. 4. And I am stunned. That's not great. That's not great. Then we have an encounter card before turn 4. I'm all disoriented now. I'm trying to think about the last couple turns and how they all went. You are confused. I'm now confused and stunned. Again, just like real life. Okay. We're going to go ahead and use the Futurist, and hopefully it doesn't fail us this time. And get energy. We're going to get energy. That's what we're going to do. And with energy, we should be able to get a few more tech upgrades out here and really turn this thing around. Let's switch over. Here, we'll attack ourselves, getting rid of this stunned. And we'll use this to ready up. I think the way to go, we're going to get another Power Gauntlets out. But I think Iron Fist is the way to go because that was some pretty painful moments in there that Iron Fist could have helped prevent. So we got an ally. Got an ally in this thing. We're going to let him attack for 2 damage. That's true. Then I wouldn't have had to ready up and stuff. Yeah, we can go back and do that. So I would have done gauntlets instead. Good call. I was thinking I would use the helmet to get the confused gun, but now I realize I don't actually have the helmet. So that did 2 damage. Spending this will get rid of another one. And it will stun him. That's what I wanted to do. I'm confused, though, so I can't double thwart, unfortunately. Okay. So, he's stunned, so don't have to worry so much about the attack this turn. We've got tech upgrades out here, so we're going to have an okay hand size. I have to thwart to get rid of confused. Use the armor to ready back up. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. We're going to do that. To go ahead and get this down one more. I really don't like that I have this out here, but it feels like such a waste to spend my 2 thwart on one piece of threat out there. We'll go ahead and do the other damage, bring him down to 9. Not in the best state, but all things considered, got some tech upgrades out. I've got Iron Fist out. I'm feeling pretty good about where we're going. So our hand size is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll take it. There's our helmet. That's what I wanted. And an energy barrier. So those are my 2 goals, is an energy barrier and the helmet on this next turn. With those things done, we should be in pretty good shape. So 2 threats going on that main scheme. I'm going to go ahead and do 3, get rid of one of those. Also a delay counter here. That should have been 4, not 3. I must have missed one. Because that was our 4th turn we just did. That's a very good point. I'm definitely going to get rid of it this turn with the helmet, though. Just, I know it added 2 extra threat this turn, for sure. And that's bad. But my plan is to get rid of the helmet on this turn. So I still think... I mean, I probably could have... You're right. It would have been better to get rid of it then, probably. I took a chance, and hopefully it works out. So he's going to attack, but he's stunned, so that's that. And then we have our encounter card before turn 5. Hydra Bomber. We are not placing one more threat in the main scheme. That's already got enough on it. We're going to take the 2 indirect damage. Bringing us down to 7. Okay. For this turn, we're going to get our energy barrier out. We're going to spend Pepper Pots here to get helmet out. We're going to use that to clear off this side scheme. And then I think this turn, double thwart. And now we're in a much more manageable place. We're going to use, do I have a, unfortunately, I wish this was a blue icon I could use, but it's not. We'll just use both attacks to get rid of this Hydra Bomber. So, where are we in all this? I just want to kind of rearrange some things here. Okay. 3 counters there. And I think we're in a pretty good place. I know, that Iron Man build, when you get there, it feels great. There's no denying it. It's one of the more thematic characters in the game, I think, and it's just fun once you have it. There's so many moving parts that just work together to keep things really easily under control. Okay. I think we're good. We're going to ready up here. Oh, wait, I could have used Iron Fist. Hold on. Because he's not stunned anymore. We're going to do that. I know I've got these tech upgrades now to get the extra damage and stuff to him. In fact, that's 3 damage. I could do an additional 2 here. Now, let's just go ahead and do the stun. Let's get it. We'll spend the next turn getting more of these. Okay, so it's going to be 1 damage here. Getting rid of this does a total of 3 damage here and stuns him, bringing him down to 6 and stunning him. Okay. Draw up to our hand size now, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So a total of 7. I wish it could be 8. I really do. It is going to be an extra encounter card, though, because we reached the end. And Hydra Bomber ended up in my deck. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes minions end up in my deck. Not paying attention, man. Okay. So I'm glad he's stunned, because that initial attack we'll be fine with. Then his follow-up attack there, we could defend of Iron Fist, or we can go ahead and use our tech upgrades here against him. We'll just kind of judge the situation when we get there. It might be best just to use Iron Fist, though, just to get him out of the way. He can't do much more than 2 attack anyway. Okay, so we get 7, so we get 6 more cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What are we looking at? Luke Cage isn't going to do much. He's in there just for the energy resource mostly. Can't lose electrostatic armor. Multiple Man could help. Quinn Carrier might help. And that preemptive strike can still help depending on what this attack ends up being. So, and rocket boots, of course. That's okay. Okay, 1 threat in the main scheme as well as our delay counter. He's going to attack, but he's stunned. And before turn 6, we've got 2 encounter cards to do. First up, Abandoned Facility, which gains Surge. So that is going to be an extra card. The villain attacks you. That's what I was talking about. We're going to have Iron Fist defend this one, because I don't know what this other one is just yet. So that's 3 plus the boost card, ending Iron Fist. Then, the last one here, the last encounter card. I'm in hero form. Absorbing Man attacks you. If he has the stone trait, he doesn't. So he's going to attack. We're going to defend. His attack is 2, 3, plus the boost card. Taking indirect damage. So I have to take that. 3 attack. I defended, so that's 2. If I get attacked and I defend, that does 1 to him. We'll block one of them with this, doing another 1 to him. So that's 2 minus 1. That's only 1 damage to Iron Man. All things considered, not that bad. What I really want is to get one of his armor pieces out here that really ups his HP. That'd be nice. Okay. I think that's it. We're good here for our turn. Ready up, Iron Man. We're going to use this to take 1 threat off the main scheme. And we'll thwart to get the other 2 off. I could spend the blue, the science resource, the genius resource, to get 2 damage from each of these. In doing so, oh, I don't have rocket boots out. Oh, yes, I do. In doing so, I would get 4 damage, taking him down that way. I kind of like that idea. So I think that's where we're going to go with it. Yeah, we'll spend... I'm going to spend the genius resource so that we get aerial. Using these 2, 4 damage total, bringing him down to 0, getting him to stage 3. I don't think he has any when revealed effects. No. Just when he activates, he does stuff. After he activates. So 16 is where we're looking. Okay. So I can get another pair of boots out here. I can get multiple man out here. Luke Cage isn't going to do much for me. Med Team might be nice. I am pretty low on HP. I could do both of those. I could get Boots and Med Team. That might be the way to go. Yeah, we're going to use Boots. Getting that out here gets me 1 HP. And then we'll spend our multiple man's pretty tempting too. Now we'll spend our other 3 to get Med Team out. It's 3 counters on it. We're just going to put 2 there because we're going to use 1 right away to get 2 HP back, getting us up to 8 out of our 9. Our 9 and 10, 11 total. Okay. We're doing okay. Still got our full 7, so that's good. He's at 16. What I really want now is a Repulsor Blast. At this point, this is when I like to throw one at him. Just, we're at the last stage. We could get a really big amount of damage. We could get up to, I think, 11 damage. I think my max I've ever gotten with it is 9. But 11 would feel nice. We get our hand size of 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see, did we get a Repulsor Blast? We did not get a Repulsor Blast. We could do 8 damage of Sonic Punch, though. We could use Armor here to get some HP back. Nova's not going to do anything for us. And we have Get Behind Me in case the attack is really ugly. Or there's like a Treachery card that's really ugly, I mean. Okay. That's where we are. And we'll deal with that. We're going to put 1 and 1, take these 2 off. He's going to attack. We're going to defend. So that is 3, 4 attack, plus the boost card here. 5 damage, minus our defense is 4. This does a damage. We're going to block 1 of those. So that'll be 3 damage, doing another damage to him. So we're at 5 HP total. Not great, but not terrible. I mean, I'm doing okay. Unfortunately, I don't have any way to defend against whatever comes up now. Hopefully, if it's a Treachery card... Oh, no, we don't want that because that's going to make him attack. Well, we'll see what happens, won't we? Oh, wait, and then he has the Metal trait, so I have to take an indirect damage on top of that. That's not great. That's really not great. Okay, encounter card before turn 7. When you are stunned, if Absorbing Man has the Ice trait, take 2 indirect damage. I will just take the stunned, honestly. I'll welcome the stunned. Okay. My turn. Definitely using Med Team. No way around that. Getting our 2 HP back, please. We'll ready up Iron Man. Okay, I think the thing to do is try and use Rocket Boots to get Aerial. In doing so, we'll get 4 damage, bringing him down to 10. And then we'll be able to use Sonic Punch to bring him down to 2. And that 2 is much more doable as far as getting rid of it. So that's the plan. We are going to discard Get Behind Me to get Aerial. Use this to clear off this. We have to attack with Iron Man to get rid of Stunned, unfortunately. But we'll use both of these, bringing him down to 10. Okay. We'll spend these 2 to do Sonic Punch, doing 8 damage, bring him down to 2 HP. And with that, we're going to spend these 3 to get Mark 5 armor out here and get 6 HP back, bringing us up to 12. We're in a great state to end this thing. There's a very strong chance it's actually going to end during the villain phase because we've got 2 damage waiting right here and he's only got 2 HP left. So there's a good chance that this is over. Very good chance. Okay, so we get our hand size of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got multiple man. There's our repulsor blast. Not going to need it. Genius, multiple man, power protection, and Stark Tower. There is almost nothing of use here, but our board here is way more than capable of defeating Absorber Man where he is. So we're going to be just fine. We're going to be just fine. Like I said, there's a good chance it ends right now. So he's going to attack for 3, 4. We're going to defend. With that defense, and that boost card, so that's 4, 5, 6. -1 is 5. Block 1 of that. Bringing it down to 4. Oh, not that. That one. And then this one does another damage to him, finishing him off. So that does 4 damage to us, bringing us down to 8. But like I said, it is over before we even got to our next turn. That's how last game ended, and then that's exactly how this one ended. So yeah, that is that. That's pretty simple, honestly. I loved this deck. I know I've said it over and over again. I had a lot of fun building it. This is the first round where I really settled down and said, okay, I'm going to practice this one. I'm going to remove this card, add this card, change the number of this card, and I gotta tell you, it worked wonders. It really did. I played against different villains. I played against the standard version of Absorbing Man, and when I got to the point where I felt like Iron Man could really... yeah, finishing with his own attack. That happened in round 2, or sorry, that happened in attempt 2 and 3. So I'm glad it went that way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, I'm glad it ended that way. I've really enjoyed this deck. This electrostatic armor plus energy barrier, I mean, they're built for Iron Man. Let's be honest. They're tech upgrades. And with this ability, even with this 1 defense, I never felt in danger of an attack. I felt like I could really handle him, and it really did. And I'm going to check my notes on this, my Excel spreadsheet, but I don't think I've gone 3 for 3 in well over like 2 seasons. There's always some random thing that happens. I don't know if Absorber Man's a pushover. I don't know if this deck just really played into my playstyle or what it was. But I'm already a fan of Iron Man. I was not a fan of Protection. I went into this uneasy, but I came out having a great time. So, I'll turn that into a little bit of a pitch. If you're interested in trying things you normally wouldn't, like a Protection deck when you're like, that doesn't work, check out the Solo Champions League. Lots of different things you can do there. Lots of different challenges I'm going to throw at you. Some of them I can't beat myself. See round 4. But you never know. You might be up to it. So check it out. That's all I've really got for tonight. Thank you for watching. Thank you for playing. And have a good night.